Hi everyone, this is Susie from Minnesota Zone 4 and it's August 1st and I thought I'd just take you for a little tour and show you how my gardens are doing. Just keep in mind that it is getting later in the season. I am mainly shade, so there's not a whole lot blooming, but just thought I'd show you how things are doing. I would say we had maybe an inch of rain in July. So I've been watering like crazy, just what I have to. Pretty much the flowers that take a lot of moisture, or some of my favorites. Others that I know that will thrive, I don't worry so much about. Been watering my dappled willow. It's had some stress, but all in all doing pretty good. Heuchera looks good. There's some signs of stress, but it is late in the season too. I've had to mow the lawn like twice in July. I have my blade set as high as it can go. It doesn't look too bad, but again, I am shade. This is the west side of the property here. Like my lamium here, the ground cover, that's pretty forgiving, so I'm not too worried. This is a very dry area. That's why you will not see an astilbe here. I have tried it and it's just the drainage is unreal. So hostas look good. I've been watering as much as I can. I've just been taking in sections. I do worry because I will know next year how much this has hurt it. They'll probably be smaller. Still looks pretty good. Not a whole lot of slug damage. I'm surprised. Usually these get a lot. My Solomon seal still looks really nice. It's just a very elegant looking plant. I love how it arches. I have some flower heads that I forgot to get off the hostas. I do trim them up. It makes it look a lot neater, and I love the hostas for the foliage, not so much the flowers. I have some heuchera back there. I think I will dig up next year and relocate. Just seems the hostas are taken over. So all in all, not too bad for that. Snow on the mountain, again, that's also a very forgiving plant, and if I would happen to lose some, I'm not too worried. As you can see, I have plenty. It's a nice mid-80 degree day, lots of humidity. I think we haven't been horribly hot. We've had some mid-90s, lots of humidity, but I think that humidity is what's been saving my plants a lot, just because it's getting moisture from that. I'm not sure what this plant is in here. It's never bloomed, so I'm not sure if it's a common milkweed or if it's just a weed. So I just leave it. I'm hoping for a bloom. If not, I don't think it's going to take over, not competing with the snow on the mountain. The spikenard looks absolutely fantastic here. I'm surprised it's doing as well with competition of the roots of the tree and lack of moisture. This is one of my turtle head. As you can see, it doesn't get quite as big as my other ones over by the bench. So I think it's just, I know there's different varieties, but this definitely does like the moisture too. I think there's some flower heads forming, not a lot. I just take my garden section by section and hopefully it's enough. They're talking by Thursday, which is weird because it's going to be mid-80s for a bit, higher 80s, and then Thursday, rain, hopefully, fingers crossed, and a high of 60. Not sure if I'm ready for that yet. Bush honeysuckle. That looks really good. I moved my one pot over here. I love the orange amongst all the green. I think that looks really good. That's looking really healthy too. The earwigs have kind of started to dwindle down. Thank goodness. I trimmed all my flower heads here so they don't go to seed. I like all the energy to be put into root growth. We'll see if that works. Again, this is another area that I've been watering a lot because it's against the foundation. It's a warmer area. This too I can't grow still because of being warm. Excellent drainage. Not a good area. I've tried it and have failed. Oh, looks like a flower head is coming up. I've trimmed all the others. Stray one here and there. Oh, one over there too. Not too bad, and as you can see, not a whole lot of slug damage on these. Probably because it's been so dry and it is a drier area. The elephant ear bulbs that I relocated, they're doing really good, surprisingly. Cut back my bleeding heart and I put this pot here. I think that looks pretty good. It just covers up that bare area. That coleus is just loving it. Look at this. I think I might take some cuttings of this one and try and overwinter it. Just love that. That begonia looks really good too. There was one other one in there that rotted. This is a pot that I purchased from a nursery. And I want to say it was probably where they were watering it constantly. There was like a little dead area. And I think it got waterlogged. Because I know begonias do not need a lot of water. That's okay. Filled in nicely. Another elephant ear. It looks really good. I stepped on that one. Oops. And it looks great. I'm not sure what happened here. We had some hail with the storm the other day, but not huge hail, I would say. Just tiny. But I'm not... This hosta looks stressed out. I need to give it a little more TLC. Oh, that has a flower head. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out what's the best way. I just left my variegated comfrey this year. Usually I trim all of this off and I let these big leaves come through, and I still might. But look how neat that looks. So yeah, I might trim this to let that kind of push through. And back up a little bit. Of course, my Sum and Substance hostas are one of my favorite hostas, so they've been getting a lot of water. And I love the curly fry. I think they are so neat. It's just that really fine, lacy texture. Sorry, the air conditioning just kicked on, so hopefully you can still hear me. My black snake root is doing really good. I can't wait to get flowers. I'm hoping. It's been a tough season, I'm not gonna lie. Elephant ear looks good. There's a new leaf coming back there. I like the stems of it, how it's purple, kind of plays off the purple foliage of this, and it's a little greener. I love the veining. It's amazing how many different varieties of elephant ears there are. Alright, so that's my area there. Still looks good. And again, I know that some things are getting stressed. I know my trees they're dropping their leaves. I was gonna bake the grass the other day. I use it for compost because it really heats up a compost pile fast. But I'm like, I'll just leave it. It'll act as kind of a mulch. Start over here and I'll kind of work my way around. I've been watering this area like crazy. But you can I can tell that even though I water it, nothing replaces rainwater. It's just unreal. You can tell when it rains versus hand watering. The nutrients that it gets. My coleus looks really good too. It's not quite as filled out as I was expecting it, but Just adds a little pop of color. Look at that leaf. I don't know how, I wish I could put it to scale. And that's my hand right there. That is amazing. The lime green coleus seem to grow a lot faster than others. And another one of my favorites. I like that one. But this one right here, I think that is just gorgeous. That red burgundy color, and then I have the lime green next to it. My Komodo dragon hosta looks kind of tough. Some of the new leaves aren't quite so bad, but I'll see what happens. And something keeps digging out my plant markers. I'm not going to focus too much on my pots yet. I figure I'll do another update about mid-August to show you how they're coming along. Once Thursday comes with the 60-degree weather, then they're talking 70s for the next week or so. I'm not sure. I'm hoping we have a little more warm-up. I'm not ready for fall temps. I love the heat. This one is doing amazing. It's called World Cup hosta. That has been putting out new growth like nuts. And that is an amazing plant. Fast grower. There's one other one that's been doing really good too. I love that little pop of color in there amongst all of the green that I have. Where is it? This one right here, Guacamole. That seems to be a really nice fast grower too. That's all new foliage in there. And it could be maybe a better area also. Maybe not so many roots there. But you can see when you look in the grass here, this is all my tree roots. Mowing lawn is so hard. That's why I don't mind having the blade set up high, because then I don't get whipped back. Another Japanese spikenard back here. Not quite as big as the one by the big tree, but still doing good. I'm just kind of more hostas. My climbing hydrangea, I'll just leave it, see what it does. It might not be liking this spot. It just maybe too much shade, I'm not sure. And then in amongst all of the hostas there, you'll see some different type of foliage. That's my toad lily. So that gets a later bloom. I don't know if it'll do anything this year just because it's a new plant. That's where my rhododendron was. Bunnies love rhododendrons, so it just chopped it to nothing. And back there I have Filipendula. It's a variegated foliage. Not really big, but was just planted last year, so I'll give it time to grow. One of my viewers had suggested there's a Filipendula, it's called Red Umbrellas. I looked into it. Beautiful. I'm going to have to look for that one. I can't wait. I went online and it's not very common. It's kind of a little more rare, but I'll find it. I don't think any of my local nurseries would carry that. That's just kind of a unique type plant. Just coming back around. Ground cover. I'm just going to let it do its thing. I figured nothing else is going to be planted in this area, so I'll just pull it where I don't want it, and if I step on it, not that big of a deal. Lily of the Valley too, I just kind of let it do its thing. Might have to be careful with my Empress Wu, how far it gets into there. I've been watering this like crazy too. I don't really want that to suffer. I'm still surprised that this Filipendula is still blooming. Queen of the Prairie. That's a water hog. It loves the water. The more water it gets, the bigger it spreads, or the more it spreads. I'll see what happens. I love that foliage. I think it's like a variegated knotweed. Japonica. Something like that. But it just adds that little pop of color in there with that creamy foliage. Those speckles. It does bloom too later on in the season, which is kind of now. It'll get like white little flower heads and the bees love it. So we'll see if that does it this year. Daylilies are all coming to an end. Stalks are turning brown, so I'll be pulling those out soon. Haven't gotten to that one yet. It's been crazy around here, and I've been trying to do as much weeding as possible, but the only issue with weeding when it's dry is you can't get the root. You do what you can, but I wait for rain and then I weed. Trimmed back my lady's mantle. That looks pretty good. Not going to say fantastic, but still like the texture of the leaves, and it's so soft. Allium. It's doing okay. I'm not liking the foliage in there, but maybe that's just stress from lack of watering. Let me see if I can see. But there's always so many bees on here. It's just absolutely nuts. I might move this to my sun garden when I finally get around to it. Pagoda dogwood is starting to turn colors a little bit more now. Not much of a breeze. My turbine is not moving. The only good thing about not having so much rain is I haven't had to deal with mosquitoes a lot. Last year that was, I bought a bug soup just because last year was so horrible. I could not get into my garden. And then, different season. I love pulmonaria or lungwort. And anyone who has not grown it, it's a kind of a prickly leaf too. So I don't ever have any damage from slugs or earwigs on this. Oops, I'm going to back up here. A bee is kind of wanting to do his thing. T-Rex, again, I've been watering this one. One of my favorites. I've been watering my stilbies too because they'll definitely take it. And then I got that hosta bag. I don't know which one that is called, but I love the foliage on that. I love the blue hostas. They're just so unique. And then I have one in there that the T-Rex is covering. The giant fleece flower, I just left the heads. I think they're really neat looking. Other people clean it up, but it adds some interest, and I know I have some new growth back there. That's a new one. And it also brings in the butterflies, the bees. So I just leave it. If it really started to flop, I would trim it, but it's definitely staying upright. This is the turtle head, so you can see the difference from this one to the one by the big tree. This garden back here, the drainage is very poor, so that's why it's loving this spot. It's staying a little bit more moist, and you can see the flower heads on this is definitely a little bit more formed. Later bloomer, so I would say maybe 2 weeks. And then I'll get some bloomage. I love that container for a pop of color. That's just gorgeous. Gotta love coleus. Watering these hostas too, you can see that there's a little more slug damage on these. Not a whole lot. I mean this, let's see. These look pretty good, but this one over here, has a little bit more. But all in all, really nice. Some years, it's just, I'm left with just stalks, like the stems. I think I'm going to have to pull some of that primrose out. I will do that when I get a good rain. And I'm hoping Thursday. They are talking rain. So hopefully all day, a nice soaker. This daylily is still going. A very bright yellow. It's a beautiful daylily. I love it. Nice little scent to it. You have to get close to it to smell it though. A stray primrose blooming. This is all my sedum. I think it's Autumn Joy. Again, I would say probably 2 weeks. This is a later bloomer too. This is my Sobaria sorbifolia. I leave the heads too. I think it just adds a little interest. And it'll add some fall interest in winter. And in there, if you can see, there's some new growth. Because the new growth is always a little pink with the leaves. And then there looks like there's a flower head. That's kind of cool. I had to get back there because I had one of my tree roots growing nuts in there. That was fun trying to get in there. Just leaving my barberry down here. See what it does. Let's see if I can catch this. Busy at work. Bee balm coming to an end, but they're still getting what they can. I love bee balm. I know I've said it in other videos, but it's the bees that it attracts and the butterflies. I know I have yellow swallowtails. I've seen monarchs. The tiger eye sumac is magnificent. I'm like, I worry because it's just basically one stem, and that's a lot of growth for one stem. I worry about it snapping off. Like I really do. Because when I was in there trimming that tree root, we'll see. Black-eyed Susan. I had a lot of bug damage earlier in the season. I don't know what bug was doing it, so this is really, and I love Black-eyed Susans. They're just so gorgeous, and they're just kind of what you expect at the end of the season. But I have some. You can hear the cicadas in the background. Hens and chicks are loving it. I normally do not have luck with them because I always have wet conditions. And because we've been so dry, they've just been taken off. I actually went in there. Basically how I planted it is I just dug a teeny tiny little hole, shoved it in, and just let it go. And it's rooted in. I can't pull it out. My rose is doing really good. I think this is the best it's looked ever. I wanted to catch some of my other daylilies in bloom, but it's just with my work schedule, I was not able to get it, unfortunately, but it's okay. This is one of my favorite ones. This is the really, it's kind of cream, light scent, huge flower. My hardy hibiscus looks really good still. I know there's flower heads forming, but I love the fact that it's kept that color of foliage. It's just, it works in there. Little pop of color. I mean, always go with different types of foliage. I mean, you got the burny foliage of the sumac, and then the purple, bigger leaves. I love the textures that are going on. And my oriental lily. Love it. A lot of people don't care for the scent, but I absolutely think it's heavenly. I was mowing lawn yesterday, and I kept getting a whiff of that scent, and I had it up front last year, and I could smell it more. But I put it in back because you can see it's a tall grower. But let's see if I can get in there. Just be careful for the stamens. They do stain. I don't care. I just leave them. I'm not gonna... I don't cut them. And then my Baptisia, the pods have not turned color yet. Usually that gets a purple-black pod. Liatris is still holding in there. I'm going to collect the seed heads and just spread them around. And just back up. When I came out, it was cloudy, and then all of a sudden I start filming and the sun comes out. I just think things look a little bit better when it's cloudy. Just give you a quick little tour of, these are my cucumbers. So I've been watering as much as I can. I'd probably not as much as I should. I know that's horrible sounding because this is food. This is the productive part of the garden. But I've been getting all male flowers on my cucumbers. If anyone can, is that normal? I think I've gotten a few female, but I do not have a lot of fruit on. I don't know, I'm a little bummed. I love cucumbers. So if you kind of let me know if that's normal or if there's something I can do, maybe. And I have not been given it a high nitrogen fertilizer. That is not at all. So it's not that. My zucchini, I just picked 3 big zucchini. I've been watering it. Had some flowers. So everything, my nasturtiums are growing like crazy. They're vining all over. The leaves on them are huge. They're flowering like nuts. I don't think I've ever had that many flowers with my nasturtiums. And all of these were started from seed. I did that. I've picked a lot of beans. It's been amazing. So that's been my most productive veggie so far. And I love beans. I can't ever get enough of them. Fresh garden beans, you can't go wrong. I've been eating peas too, but I usually just pick and eat while I'm picking beans, and they never really get in the house. Some have gotten a little bit bigger than I like. I think I have a stray tomato plant in there. Just gonna leave it. Tomatoes aren't doing too bad. Let's see. Have one there. Not as good as last year. It's definitely the lack of rain. Definitely hasn't hurt their growth though. I mean, look at that. I'm sorry for the sun. It was cloudy. I'm just trying to back out of my garden here. My marigolds are doing okay, but not fantastic. Last year they were like little shrubs in my garden. This is my cupcake zucchini. It looks a little eh. 'Cause I think what happened is, where is it? Right there, if you can see, it looks like that broke off. I don't know why it looks like that. I have not been overwatering. I'll just let it go, and then you'll see this too. That looks kind of gnarly. But yesterday I picked about 8 cupcake zucchini, so I'm getting a nice harvest. Oh, they're so good. Thin-skinned and buttery flavor. Let me see, I know there's a couple in here. And they're so cute. They're absolutely cute. More tomatoes. The one tomato that I always have the best luck with are celebrities. They're just amazing. So prolific. My tomato berries, I've been picking them. So good. And these have a tendency, they don't split on me and they don't fall off. Their other little tomatoes, they have a tendency, if I even just hit the cage, they'll fall. I've been forgetting about my pine trees because they're in that area, but they still look okay. I have been trying to keep them in waters as much as possible. Let's see, my sunflowers. This one right here was supposed to be 2 feet. What happened? maybe a different seed in the pack. I've had some, I don't know what would do that. But it's still growing, so I'm going to leave it. And then also, some of the issue was I was having, the leaves were falling off. They were just kind of, they just break off. So I don't know what that is. Like right here. They're just kind of, so that's why you'll see some leaves on the ground here. My purple pepper looks green there. I picked one. I haven't eaten it yet, so I'm not sure on the flavor. But let's face it, anything from the garden tastes so much better than in store. They look really neat. That's my only productive big pepper. I'll do that one again next year. I think it's Pinot Noir. Something like that. I took some of my Brussels sprout leaves off. See what happens. And I have not had too many issues with the cabbage worms. And honestly, I think it's because I've had an abundance of the wasp bugs and they've been taking care of it. Because every day I come out here, something's eating something. So, thank you, thank you. Zinnias look pretty good. Peas fell in there, so they kind of got smushed all over. Again, nasturtiums are just loving it. I was going to show you too. I planted morning glories about at least 5 years ago, and they just reseed like crazy. But I'm leaving that one grow because I think that'll look really pretty, climbing up there and blooming. So I will, and it's very healthy looking. This is my garlic chives. That one looks good. And these are my peppers. So I always have luck with the hot peppers. I don't know, they go crazy. But I'm not sure what I want to do with it. I don't mind some heat, but not a whole lot. Yeah, you can. Well, because the first year for growing Brussels sprouts, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we don't have an early fall or an early frost, I should say. Rhubarb looks amazing. Look at that. Looks great. Joe Pye weed. I pinched that back by about 1/3, so that's, well, about getting close to 6 feet. But I like that height. This is my clematis back here. Sweet Autumn. Looks like that finished. That didn't last long. Oh, I can smell the oriental lilies. Smells so good. A clematis in there. This is honeysuckle vine. Just letting it do that. Joe Pye weed is also a late bloomer, so pretty much my turtle head, Joe Pye weed, sedum, all of that's going to be blooming late, so that'll give me fall color. Look at my clematis. I didn't think it was going to bloom this year, and it did. But I think that damage is all earwigs. But it's still some color, and it's blooming. Milkweed going to seed. I'm just going to let it. Probably collect some of the seeds, spread it around. Bee balm is finishing. I have a few strays here and there. The red one is my favorite. That's just so vibrant. Another astilbe. I leave the seed heads. Just add some interest. My peony looks great. Normally around this time I start seeing some powdery mildew, but nothing. Philopendula, so yep, still blooming. It's got a nice light sweet scent to it. This honeysuckle is just loving it. I gotta get up there and get that back down. So that's pretty much it for the back part. And lots of hostas, lots of green. Lots of creeping Charlie. It's funny, it doesn't rain, but yet weeds still thrive. Not one mosquito back here, which is amazing. Usually I can't even walk back here because they're so bad. I'll show you, this is almost my done compost. It's amazing what it gets down to. Doesn't it look really good? And this is my new one. Quite full. And then over here, this one's almost done, except for the Joe Pye. That's saying, nope, you can't take the cover off. I'm just letting my cucumbers vine on there. Oh, I wonder, oh, I think this is my Malabar spinach back there that's growing up. But it's a jungle in there. All right. My lemon tree. Oh, looks good. Okay, and here's my dahlias. I'll stick on this side. Kind of get through here. I have, forgive the white thread or rope. I ran out of twine and I needed something quick to hold it up because we had some strong winds. So it looks a little cheesy, but it's doing the trick right now until I can get somewhere. Had a long work week. Look at the stalk on that. I mean, look at that. I can't even touch my, just barely, thumb to my middle finger. Unreal. I have some blooms. This one was planted a little bit later, like 3 weeks, so it's not horribly behind the other one. This one is just starting. So I'll probably do a little tour when these are really in full bloom. As you can see, I have a lot of buds. This one's gorgeous. Let me see this one right here. I think it's called Lisanette or Lisanette. I have one in here. It's going to be kind of a whitish yellow. And then up here, this one's called Santa Claus. It's red and white. So yes, the earwigs have slowed down. You can see that the foliage is not quite so horrible looking. I'm going to have, there's another one. Let's see, what is that one called? Let me back up so I'm not. Oh, Arabian Night. So that's going to be more black. That's going to be really neat once it's in full bloom. I had a few more. This one in here, can't really get to. And that one is called Pinky Swear. And this is another, was it Lisanette? Lisanette? It's funny how there's different heights. All of these were supposed to be around 3, 4, 5 feet, and it's kind of neat. Have to water these today, definitely. I've been watering these a lot. So all in all, not too bad, especially all the issues I was having with the earwigs. I've been picking my blueberries. They were definitely smaller this year, really tiny, but the flavor was still good. My Bloomerang lilac. This is Little Limelight. Look at these blossoms. gorgeous. I haven't had to water these this year at all. I haven't had any leaves drooping, anything like that, so I've just kind of left them alone. This is a heavily mulched area. It's also my north side of the house, but it tends to get the most sun, which is kind of weird. Nicotiana looks great. The purple is just, it's got a really nice fragrance, and it usually is a little bit more heavier at night. Last night was beautiful. These are starting to turn, get kind of a pink color. Get that fall interest. Okay. So yeah, the hydrangeas this year, absolutely loved it. They're so profuse. I mean, the blooms on them are unbelievable. Oh, what is that? It disappeared. Is that a wasp of some sort? Like a black bee? I'm not sure. Just not going to get too close to it. And this one, look at that. Those flower heads are huge. Just going to give you a view. And so far this lilac is doing really good too. A lot of times it'll start getting brown and the leaves will start curling. It looks really healthy. I will have to say that my hydrangeas this year have definitely been a showstopper. That's just, that is, look at that. A really great year for them. Probably the best I've ever seen them do. And I would say probably because we haven't had a lot of rain that it would weigh the blooms down. Last year we did, so the little lime had really taken it. You can see kind of at the bottom where there's a lot at the bottom and then there's some top growth. It had weighed it down, so I'm just letting it do what it does. I see where it gets its name, little lime, though. That is definitely lime blossoms. So yeah, plant hydrangeas. They're an amazing shrub. Alright, that is it for now. Hopefully this video wasn't too long and you enjoyed it, and I'll be doing an update on my pots at some point, and then I'll keep you updated on all my dahlias. I'm hoping within about a week or two they'll be all in full bloom. Alright, bye for now.